episode 96. So today I'm going to tell you the truth of why Destiny's 2 population has decreased. And you can sit there and disagree with me, but I have watched plenty of times that happen to other games that YouTubers has played. So, the truth of why Destiny 2 is falling apart. YouTubers make views on, well, gamer YouTubers makes views on games. If their views start falling down, they talk shit about the game and tell everyone to, oh, hey, this game is so good, go ahead and leave Destiny 2 and play this. This happened in Call of Duty. This happened to pretty much every multiplayer game that has decreased player count. And I can name few YouTubers that already have done this. Dado, Jez, what's his face? Azer Cross kind of did it, but not fully. The reason why Destiny 2 is falling apart is because of its YouTubers. Because if its creator of the game are not in their ass following every single thing they ask for, they shit on the game and make people leave. If you have such a difficult time of understanding a story or disliking it, don't sit there and go online to get views saying, oh yeah, this campaign is shit, Bungie failed us. Now, if you have played Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, what they say is that our Guardian shows no emotion towards our ghost. But if that's true, why did it hesitate to kill a ghost during a lightfall? When he aimed at the ghost, he had his finger on the trigger about to shoot, but he resisted and not shoot the ghost. That showed that the Guardian cared. Throughout Destiny 1, Ghost has always been there for us. An interaction between Ghost and Guardian, yes, our Guardian don't really talk much. He's silent. Who cares? But the emotion that he shows between Ghost and him, or her, depending on what character gender you pick, you can see the relationship between the Ghost and the Guardian throughout the 10 years of Destiny. And when Cade died, giving us his light so our Ghost comes back to life, he puts that Ghost against the chest, showing that he has cared deeply for the Ghost. The relationship between Sagira and Osiris, relationship between Sundance and Cade, relationship between Zavala and Tarj. All of us have affection and emotion towards our Ghost. It has been shown to us multiple times. It doesn't matter if it's season or campaign itself. It has been showed multiple times. So when YouTubers are not getting enough views, they shit on the game and tell you to move on to this game that they're playing. You want to know what happened to the 50,000 people that usually plays Destiny 2? This is where they went. They left Destiny and followed their worship YouTubers. Because they think their YouTubers are always always right. Just because they didn't feel what 90% of the community feels. This is the real truth behind it. Not only that, I can't be the fucking only one in this goddamn community. But you have seen multiple YouTubers beg Bungie to nerf, buff, or change something. But we go to help forums, we go to this, we go to that. They don't listen to us. But as soon YouTubers do, and they have high views on that video, that's when they listen to YouTubers. But they don't listen to us, even though we send them thousands of messages to them. YouTubers have Bungie by the balls. Whatever they say goes. The difficulty of the game, the nerf of Div, the nerf of Sunbracers, the nerf of Radiance, Titan's nerf, Hunter's overpowered buff has been asked by every YouTuber, or the most popular YouTubers. And for those who cared about Divinity, Salty Greppo got a major backlash for asking Bungie to nerf it, even though it was not on their nerf plan. Div was not on their plan. It was never to begin with. Tragic Kitten is a body hit debuff. Div is a precision hit buff. Because when you use Div, use shotguns, you use snipers, you use trace rifles, you use linears. Tragic, the entire body of the boss becomes debuffed. You can use shotguns, rockets, grenade launchers, supers, grenades, melee. Hell, even the fucking Titan chest piece that shoots rockets at the boss. One is precision, one is body. There was no reason to nerf the one for precision. Just because hunters are having a difficult time because they want to use tether. Listen up, buddy. Tether is a 20% debuff. Well, 20-second debuff. What damage are you going to do in 20 seconds versus a shotgun that has 19 ammo on it that lasts for 5 seconds per single shot you do? So let me go ahead and calculate that. So if I do 5 seconds in a 19 shots, that's 95 seconds of body debuff versus 20 seconds. So, and let me also tell you this. Tether is weak. It always has been and always will be. It got nerfed 15% to match with Div. I don't know why, but it's always been 30%. Tragic Cannon is a 40%. You're gaining more damage with Tragic Cannon. using a hunter, the only super you should be using is Golden Gun. Because of the high-powered shot. Your tether is not going to do shit. So why did the YouTubers beg Bungie to nerf Div when it didn't need to be nerfed? It's a precision hit debuff. That's why the bubble appears. It's for linears, snipers, shotgun, fusions. It's for precision hit count. Because you're not going to fucking aim at the boss's head. You're going to aim at that bubble to get the debuff. Div was never on their list to be nerfed. Bungie listened to YouTubers, it got nerfed. And Salted Grappo got a massive backlash for it. Because people were pissed off. Any game that YouTubers lose views for, they talk shit about it instead of leaving and go play a different game. So others may enjoy the game. You want to know why we're at 18,000 fucking players right now? The YouTubers that have above 100,000 subscribers are the reason for the downfall of Destiny 2. And this whole bullshit about Dawning event. One, I love making cookies. And go to my favorite people and give them cookies. Because it's a holiday giving. You're giving the vendors a gift, which is cookies. Christmas or the holiday is about giving. Not being greedy, it's about giving. It's about showing people you care enough to give them something. That's why the Dawning event even existed. You bake the cookies. You make it for the vendor. He gives you a gift in return. So it's literally you give a gift, they give you a gift back. And if you give enough, he would give or she would give a big gift for you. That is a higher chance of you getting a special emblem. Or a special weapon, or some materials that you need, like enchantment cores, if you're running out. If you already spent some on Rahul. Yes, there was some bugs. But doesn't every game have bugs? Call of Duty, Fortnite. Pretty much every online game has always had a bug. There's not a single game in the entire world that did not have bugs. Not a single online game. Not a single one. There will always be bugs. Because even if you test the DLC or the game, sometimes things can be overlooked, which includes bugs that we end up encountering. Because they don't have 12 people going fucking Pride match or going to Crucible. They don't have 12 people to go extension to test the stability of the server. They're not gonna do that because that'd be a waste of time. Their time is to put the effort and money into something great for the community that enjoys the game. Yes, Lightfall could have been a little bit more explaining what the veil is, but I already knew what the veil is. It's the darkness. Travelers the lightness. They used to be
Click little
one.
girl on Paul Mike.
They used to be one. That's why, even if you first time ever playing Lightfall, back when Lightfall was here, you could tell what the veil was. Witness is darkness. And what does he want? A power to take over the Traveler to make his own shape of the universe. They used to be one. The campaign, even though they didn't fully explain that, most people understood. Just because the YouTubers didn't, doesn't mean we didn't. I understood from day one. It was darkness. They used to be one. That's why you see the giant triangle in the Traveler. When both light and dark of the Traveler becomes one, you're able to enter. Hence why he cut a giant triangle. That is the shape of the witness symbol. It's a giant triangle. The plan of the witness was to create the universe, and what they redeemed as suffering, they want to eradicate it. They want to get rid of it and their own image. What we find as pride and happiness and protecting others, the witness sees it as misery, enslavement. And that's literally what the final shape literally explains. Cade died for a ghost to live. He infused his light. Since he already died, he is light, just like the ghost is light. He infused his body into our ghost, giving our ghost back its life. Considering the fact that the traveler would took the light from the ghost back to its own. So instead of that, Cade sacrificed his light and gave it to our ghost, so we may have a ghost to resurrect us and have our friend back. And at the very end, he literally tells you you're his favorite. That is between a relationship of the actor to the community. That he was proud to act as Cade for all of us, seeing the love we showed Cade. And after 10 years of that, he wanted us to thank us properly by saying, we are his favorite. Never forget that. He was talking to the entire community. Because he may never be able to voice act Cade again, due to the fact he has another career. The only reason he even did the Ghost, because Bungie, well, not Ghost, did Cade, is because Bungie asked them. And he took the opportunity to come into the studio and record it, because he missed the character he used to act for. He felt with the love of the character. just like we fell in love with Cade. His goofiness, his seriousness, his jokiness. It made everyone feel something. Especially if you're like me who played from D1 and D2, who have seen Cade for the first time and listened to the funny cutscene of Red War when he was talking to Ikora. When he literally stated, if this is a joke, Ikora, I gotta say, I'm impressed. And then she says, making you impressed is the easiest thing I'll do. It shows the relationship between the Vanguard and Cade. And it also showed how Cade acts towards us. You want to know how many people have literally cried on both times that Cade have died, both Forsaken and Final Shape? There's countless videos on YouTube showing people crying when Cade died. That shows how deep relationship with us is Cade. It's the same thing with our ghost. There's YouTubers upset, crying, because we may be immortal again, like Zavala. Because wrong choice will lead us to death permanently with our ghost. If we wouldn't be able to protect those that were close to us. And ghosts have relationship to everyone since day one. Since we got resurrected in D1. After being dead for since the Golden Age, where the ghost was released by the Traveler. And that's when our ghost found us. And it took him a very long journey just to find us. And he didn't give up until he found us. That showed the pride in the relationship towards the ghost, towards the Guardian. Because he could have said, fuck you, you're staying dead. But he didn't. He revived you, made you have powers of the light, so you could protect those who are close to you. And when YouTubers are recording the same video over and over and over again, or talking shit about the game, they use views. And when they get tired of losing views, they talk shit about the game. The game decreases population, like Destiny 2 is. Multiple games, hundreds and thousands of games have been corrupted by YouTubers just because they didn't receive enough views that they want. I don't really give a shit about views. People watch my stuff. I'm fine with that. People don't. I'm fine with that too. Because there's some YouTubers that they might favor. Even though I'm trying to do some toxic players, I end up banning off my channel. It's the exact same fucking thing. Like, this is literally how YouTubers operate. If a game does not give them enough views, they talk shit about it and saying that this game is shit. Don't play this game. Go play this fucking game over here called The Final. Like they try to do during Lightfall. YouTubers would never understand that you talk shit about a game that a lot of people loved will backfire, causing the game to fall apart because your arrogance, because you're not making enough money. Greed hurts people. Distance people. It's not about the money. It's about making you fans happy. Be able to watch them watch you. To feel the love they are showing you. If they give you money, so be it. There you go. You got your earnings, I guess. It's not about the money. It's about building the love towards your fans. Showing that they care about the videos you make. Like when I have shared people my Sunburst's build that dominated Verities. I get toxic players that were addicted to Verities that cannot accept something that outdamages them. So they come to my channel and harass. That's why 100 people got banned off my channel. They no longer communicate on this platform because I banned them off my channel. I have got DDoS. I got my real name shown on live stream because of those toxic players. What is the literally point of being toxic? This is not gonna make you look good. I'll tell you that right now. Your mother and father's not gonna be proud. I know your kids won't be proud. I hell no, your husband or wife is not gonna be proud. Being toxic because you want to put somebody down is absolutely the most disrespectful thing you can ever do. And it just shows how low you would go because somebody outdamaged you or somebody outdamaged the armor piece you're using. I have hundreds of videos of showing Sunbrazer's damage against Atheon. Hundreds. But Verity's people can't accept their favorite armor piece being outdamaged by an outclearing armor piece. Bungie stealth nerfed it total of 6 times. Solar grenades got nerfed for damaged blobs by 250% in the 3 nerfs. The solar ignitions it causes per each blob was decreased by 150%. Why do you think I had to rely on my teammate using Son of Flame, well, Song of Flame, to regain my grenades? Because during that damage phase, you usually get 35, 25 grenades out before end of the damage phase. But after you cock Sunbracers, you're going to get 2 out of the 28 seconds. 2 grenades in 20 seconds. Even with time vengeance. Now ask yourself, who's the real fault of why Destiny 2 is falling apart? When there's thousands of YouTubers talk shit about the game with stuff that does not fucking matter. And when they talk shit, they don't talk shit like they're bantering. They talk shit like they want everyone to leave this game and go play this game. Because they want to see the game fail. That's their main objective every single multiplayer game. Is to see the game fail. I have seen it countless times. I've seen it in fucking back in early of Destiny 2. They wanted the game fail. I've seen it before Beyond Light came out. I've seen it. I've seen it after Beyond Light came out. Seen it. I've seen it after Witch Queen came out. Seen it. There's a big fucking pattern from the time that Destiny came out to now of YouTubers talking shit, talking shit, talking shit, talking shit, because they're losing views. Instead of leaving the platform and go to a different game. They want to ruin the fun for everyone else, so they say, hey, don't play Destiny 2, it's shit. Bungie doesn't care about its fucking community. Go play the finals. It's so fucking good. They care about you. But in reality, finals has more lower population than Destiny 2 ever has. Full of cheaters. No fucking campaign. Just pure PvP. Overpowered weapons. Overpowered characters. No balance. No nerfs. And for the weaker characters, no buffs. When finals came out, they promoted that game towards you and told you to quit Destiny 2. I have seen the video already on YouTube. It's been proven so many times that this is how YouTubers operate. When they lose views, they talk shit about the game instead of moving to a different game. If they're not enjoying it, don't ruin the experience for everyone else. Leave the fucking game. Don't tell other fucking players to leave the fucking game because you're not enjoying it. Oh, and for all these solo players, let me go ahead and tell you a secret. Do you understand what Destiny 2 is? It's a multiplayer MMO RPG. Keyword, multiplayer. 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 And multiplayer. Every activity is multiplayer. Few, like dungeons, is made for solo. That's why it says 1 to 3 players. Because it is meant for you to solo. But when it says Fireteam 6 players, cooperative, PlayStation Plus required, it is multiplayer. Crucible 1 to 3 matchmaking. Trials 1 to 3 matchmaking. Crucible 1 to 6 matchmaking. 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 Heroic. Matchmaking. 1 to 3 cooperative. Matchmaking on normal version of Onslaught, which is this one over here. Solo, if you're brave enough. Solo, if you're brave enough. multiplayer, solo, solo. 90% of activities of a multiplayer game is multiplayer. Patrols, multiplayer, because you see other players gathering around destinations. There will be blue icons on Campus Ridge, Astron Abyss, even Tides. Matchmaking, soloable. So when Bungie makes something that is a multiplayer activity, it does not kill you to play with another human. This is a dual destiny. It literally has dual. What is the definition of dual? Two people. Two people. That's why it's called dual destiny, not solo destiny. That's why it won't launch unless you have two people. A fire team needs to be equipped with a light subclass. The other fire team member needs to be equipped dark subclass. Prismatic subclass fulfills either requirement. The reason is one player must stand in light, whoever has the light buff. The dark buff player must stand in the orange aura. Both needs to be active at the same time. That's why it's called dual destiny, not solo destiny. Excision, multiplayer, multiplayer, solo, and cutscenes. Multiplayer 6 players, cooperative, multiplayer. Destiny 2 is not a solo game. Destiny 1 was not a solo game. If you're complaining about solo games, go play solo games. Go play Dark Souls. Don't complain about something that's multiplayer. In the description of Destiny 2, if you hover over its game and you go down to the view product, it literally says in-game purchases optional, online required, which means multiplayer. If any game that says online required is multiplayer. It's not hard to understand that. And you backlashing Bungie and try to force them to make dual destiny solo is idiotic in the first place. This game was made for multiplayer. It's been like that since Destiny 1 Vanilla. It's a multiplayer game. It would never be just a solo game. If you want just a solo game, go play the Dark Souls. But I'll see you guys there. I hope this helps.